How are we as working class people still living paycheck to paycheck? Now listen, I understand. We got changes in the job market.
In today's Money Watch, Amazon just cut 14,000 of its jobs, and the company...
Definitely changes in politics.
Next year is projected to be the largest tax refund season ever, and we're going to be giving back refunds out of the tariffs because we've taken in literally trillions of dollars.
And then we got changes in food prices, man.
The price of groceries are absolutely leveling me. I know they must be leveling you. I'm going to go through...
It's a lot going on that we need to talk about in this video. In today's lesson, we really need to talk about how are we still living paycheck to paycheck as working class, middle class people, man. This is one of the cycles that we have got to break. With everything that is going on in the world right now, we cannot be caught slipping, man. We cannot be caught in a desperate survival position. We got to get stable, man. So I thought about, man, coming into the year, going into 2026, we need to break this cycle of living paycheck to paycheck. I got 5 reasons that I'm going to use my experience so you won't feel like I'm judging you on why I got stuck at one point living paycheck to paycheck, right? Let's get into it. Now, these are 5 honest answers, man, because I'm trying to help to get you to think in a certain way, not to feel down on yourself, but to be prepared, because whatever they're doing behind the scenes, you know, that invisible hand, it's going to affect you and it's going to affect me. So we need to stop the madness and get our crap together. All right, let's get into number 1. The number 1 reason why I was remaining paycheck to paycheck, and you may be experiencing this, is I didn't have a plan for my money. Simply put, I did not have a plan for my money. This is what I'm talking about. Many of us, we would use extreme effort, attention, focus to working for these big brand name companies, to getting the job, to getting the position, and we focus on going after that particular salary that we're looking for. And interesting enough, once we work for this big brand name company that we're excited about, that we tell our friends about, we somehow check out once we're getting that reoccurring paycheck. We check out. We're so excited that we're working for Facebook, who recently laid off tons of employees, or Microsoft, who recently laid off a lot of employees, or Amazon, who recently laid off tons of employees. But we get so excited when we got steady income that we somehow turn off that focus, that motivation we had when we were seeking a job. We don't have a plan for our money. I didn't have a plan for my money. I was so happy to have money coming in, being able to do a little things here and little things there for my family, that I somehow tuned out to the fact that this money needs to be commanded to do something. If $1 goes out, I need to be thinking, how can I make $3 come back in? You understand what I'm saying? When you got your money when your money goes out, and if you got your money multiplying back, you break the cycle of living paycheck to paycheck, because your job income, your salary from your job, is not your only deal. You got options. You got money coming from different places because you're learning how to multiply your money, which I personally didn't know how to do. I was just happy working a job. Number 2, I spent my money. Let me say this right. I was an emotional spender. Whenever I went out, because I'm a natural giver, I like to give, I like to do things to make people smile and make people, I like doing that. I was an extremely emotional spender. I would go into stores knowing that there was only maybe 3 or 4 items that I needed to get, but my heart would be touched because I saw this on the shelf. My heart will be touched because I saw that. This will make this person happy. This will make that person happy. And I found myself walking out of the store with more than I had mentally focused a list to actually buy. So instead of having a purchase of $30, now it's $230. I've had a bad habit of emotional spending. Now, this may not be your case, but I started to do some internalizing to wonder why is there more money going out than there is money coming in? If there is more money going out than money that is coming in, that is called paycheck to paycheck. You follow me? You're trailing me? Let's get into it. I was an emotional spender, especially around the holidays, man. I have to control myself because I'm thinking how to use the money to make people happy, not use the money to put ourselves in a better, stable financial position. All right, you get what I'm saying? No guilt, no judgment, but I want to bring it to your attention because we got to stop the bleeding, because I feel like something is coming that may hurt all of us. You remember the Great Depression? I'm just saying. Okay, back to the positive. Number 3, I did not listen to qualified financial advice. I didn't listen to qualified financial advice. I felt like these people were so mundane. They were so stoic and starchy. They're saying, this is all you got to do. Let me give you a video. Look, check this video out right here.
I feel like this
is Dave Ramsey.
Quote, only brush the teeth you want to keep.
Oh.
Feels the same with money. Only budget the money you want to keep.
Oh.
Is that fair?
That's good.
If you don't want to keep
it,
looking. Don't budget it.
Here's the thing. When you have agreement on where your money's going to go, it lowers your stress level because it gives you permission to spend guilt-free on X or Y or Z. You can look down.
Okay. Now, when you hear a video like that, it doesn't make you excited about, oh my God, I'm finna go and do this, immediately. It's a wet blanket. It feels restrictive. It feels like a brace to me when I hear Dave talk like this about money. It comes off like, okay, so I can't go out and have fun. I can't go out and do, and I did not listen to qualified financial advice from people who have done it and consistently did it. So because I didn't listen to this stoic, boring, what I consider boring advice, same old, I began to live paycheck to paycheck. So the cycle continued simply because I did not listen to qualified financial advice. What qualifies a person to advise you financially? Simply put, they actually have the money in their bank account and the habits and the discipline that can be verified in order for them to advise you. If you got your friend in the store with you, you got your spouse in the store with you, and both of you are emotional, both of you don't have a plan for your money, both of you have the same frequency when it comes to just blowing money, man, just totally just letting it go, they're not good financial advice. You may love them, but they don't have the structure or the system to pull you out of this paycheck to paycheck whole trap that we all get caught in. So I made the biggest mistake, And I try to avoid it. Now I listen to a lot of educational things. I got a lot of things in practice of listening to people who are qualified to advise me financially. And I would hope you do the same. Number 4, I did not prioritize myself with my money. Right? Let me hit you with this. This is crazy. We do not prioritize ourselves with our money. We don't mind giving the money. We talk and complain and murmur about it, but we don't mind letting the money go to taxes. We don't mind letting the money go for groceries, letting the money go for gas. We don't mind letting the money go to pay all of this other things that is just basic upkeep of your life. We don't mind money. We actually schedule bills and different things to come out of your paycheck, and we feel so proud. Yeah, I got all of my bills on a schedule, But have you prioritized the money for you? What do I mean by that? If I'm going to work for the money, I'm going to put in the hours. I'm going to give the blood, sweat, and tears for the money. Along with the bills and the taxes and the other things, shouldn't I prioritize and have a set amount set aside for myself? This is not money that you're setting aside to just go and blow and just to spend. Now, you can break money up like that, but you're thinking, okay, my savings account is money that I'm setting aside for my household emergencies and family emergencies. I also need to have another account set up that's prioritizing, saying, Starsky, I'm paying you for all the hard work that you're doing. If it's $20, if it's $25, if it's $40, if it, whatever the amount that you can afford, meaning that you can pay this amount consistently and you won't miss it, pay yourself. It's basically you're using your money to say to yourself, thank you. Thank you for all that you do. But because we don't prioritize ourselves with our money, we keep this cycle going, because if everybody else is a priority over you, then the money tends to flow where attention goes. If you give attention more to others and other things, money tends to flow to the other things and the other people versus flowing to you. So maybe towards the end of this year, make yourself a priority. Set a goal. See what it's like to save an amount that's insane to you. To go for that goal, because if you're working a job, and say for instance, like I work a job and I make 6 figures, what if I save 10% of my salary in a year? How would I feel about me? So I use the money as a matrix to help me in my security and confidence with myself. Right? Now, let me tell you this. To break the paycheck to paycheck cycle, man, this is a key for working class, middle class people. Or else we're just going to be people who get online and we say a bunch of complaints and we blame this and we blame that and we say it's not fair. Let me give you a checkup from the neck up. Listen to me. Listen. It's never going to be fair. No matter what your race is, no matter what your gender is, it's never going to be fair. It's the haves and the have-nots. What our goal is to not be a have-not, to not be in the soup line. This is what I'm saying. Now, the 5th one says this, and hey, listen, if you like it this far, please subscribe, man. Become a part of this community, man. You can look at a lot of my videos, and this is the content that I'm talking about, because I'm trying to revitalize middle class, to get middle class to understand that we are the new millionaires. We are the new innovators. So the moment that you wake up and see that, your life can take off. But just continue to listen to my videos, subscribe, if this fits how you feel. 5, I don't think my goals is important enough. Let me say that again. I'm looking at my notes. The reason why I stayed paycheck to paycheck is the fact that I didn't think that my money goals was important enough. I didn't think that it was important enough for me to make my money behave in terms of how Dave Ramsey and different others say, to have 6 months of emergency funds in your savings account and different things that they would say, to build up to. I didn't think that was important. I thought that everything would just work out. Right? I know when I'm talking about me, it sounds very silly. I thought everything was going to work out. I didn't think money goals was important enough. And let me tell you, no matter what salary you are working, you need to always be thinking, if I'm the one working hard for this money, then I need to make the money come back to me for the effort that I'm putting out. So when you set goals and you teach money how to behave, you set budgets and different things like that. When you do things like that, you're telling yourself, my goals is important because I'm important. My goals is important because I don't want to be like a lot of these workers that was excited about these big box companies and jobs, and when they got fired, they didn't have any alternative plan. They didn't have anything. They went back to zero when there was no check. So I make my money goals important because I'm planning for the unexpected. I'm planning for new opportunities. So when you think about it in that way, your goals help to break you out of the cycle of a 1 income, 2 income household to multiple income households. When you have multiple incomes coming into a household, there is no such thing as paycheck to paycheck, because you're having the money flow to you and it's more than enough. So when it's more than enough, you got a ton more of wiggle room. We need to break this cycle of living paycheck to paycheck, because if you're going to get your life together, we got to correct this space right here. Do you agree? Hey, listen, you like this, man? Like and subscribe, man. This is Starsky Inspires. This is Working Class Rich. I'll see you in my next one. Peace.